okay, you did Iowa State and then you graduated. You had internships, and we can talk about those in a minute. But then you decided to pursue a master's. Why a master's? And I believe it was in electrical engineering. Why did you take the next step further into your engineering degree? At this point, did you still have aspirations of working as a design engineer for your career, or was that finance thing creeping in the back of your mind while you were still doing this?
Well, it actually kind of swings back to the weather again, believe it or not. Uh, when I was a freshman again at the University of Portland for spring break, I went to Southern California, and the weather in Southern California is unbeatable, and that stayed in the back of my mind when I was graduating from Iowa State, and wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do, and decided to pursue a master's degree as we talked about, and in Southern California. So UC, University of California, Irvine. So that's what kind of really brought me there. And I was still, like I said, still kind of exploring how much I really liked engineering or not.
Makes sense. So then you got the master's. Did you pick a specific specialty or concentration within electrical engineering?
Yeah, I did. It was really, I focused on digital signal processing.
Okay. Makes sense, right? You went to work for IBM, right? And was that kind of related?
No, I wouldn't say it was related. I just, when I got to University of California, Irvine, and they had to kind of specialize a little bit. I really did find the kind of the computer programming and the modeling interesting. And so, and then the professor that was really the lead professor in that area at University of California, Irvine was kind of world renowned, I think, and kind of led me into that direction.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so looking back on that experience, knowing now where your career has taken you, do you are you happy about the way that you handled your education from going from two engineering degrees? Do you value that experience?
Well, very much so. I mean, very
Yeah.
much so. Like we think we talked about just a little bit ago, as an engineer background, you have the confidence you feel that you can really go into anything
Yeah.
and talk to anybody. And we all, as engineers, between us engineers, we always felt we were the smartest guys at school, right?
Yes.
So we always felt very confident as engineering majors in school, and so it really gave me, in my background now in digital signal processing, when I ultimately, we're going to talk about the fact that I got into the stock market. When I looked at the stock market, it looked like a bunch of random signals that I thought some digital signal processing filtering could work very well with.
That makes sense. I'm excited to talk about that. So would you say that there was a particular class then that ended up being the most valuable class for your career that you look back on and you value the most?
Well, probably noise cancellation kind of software and along those lines of digital signal processing. So trying to, again, take a random signal and predict the future of that random signal and then apply that to the stock markets where I ultimately went with it.
That's exciting. So let's talk about that career. Maybe not in the stock market yet. We'll build up to that, right? We'll build into the stock market where we'll index our way into it. So your first that was a horrible pun. I'm going to be trying multiple puns,
Kind of
by the
got it
way,
though.
throughout the yeah. I'll be trying more throughout the way, and we'll see if I can get you. So
Never losing focus because I ain't chasing payments. Still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries, thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify, they put me on the station.